welcome to another edition of Dish It Out.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
As a matter of fact, I did.
Well, I'm Chef Frank Benowitz, and of course, this is the one, the only Chef Doug Fee. This, I don't understand. What is this?
It's a little different setup, and we need to find out what's under here.
What?
I think.
Hey.
Well, I thought you guys would like a surprise, so make me something tasty.
All right.
Is that a challenge?
It sounds like it. She threw down a gauntlet for something tasty. So what do we got here?
Something good there. Look, from Hudson Valley, some beautiful duck breasts. Look at that. That's bloody good.
It is good. It's good stuff. I love duck. It's all dark meat. Yummy, delicious.
Can't go wrong.
Okay.
Fatty goodness.
Okay, so it looks like we got some things to choose from to accompany our duck here.
What? This,
Jersey General Salsa.
Well, I got to
Who
take
put that in here? Come on.
Oh, geez. Somebody very smart. This is the next biggest jar, so bigger isn't always better, but what is this? Mushroom cream with truffle.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'll put that on my side.
There's only one jar left. I'm going to go with this. The Bada Bing, or a pit of cherries.
Oh.
I like cherries. Cherries and duck, good combination.
Apple and duck.
Okay.
I'll take it. Since you have cherries, I need apples.
All right, well then I'll see your apple and raisin orange.
All right. I'm going to grab this tater. Looks like there's more than one in there.
Okay, yeah, little new potatoes. I like that.
Still don't know what the heck I'm going to do with this stuff.
Okay, and what's left here?
What is that?
Two ingredients left.
Prunes or dried
Oh,
cherries?
those are dried cherries.
Dried cherries.
I'm going to hold that as a plan B.
Plan B.
Plan B.
Oh, we won't go there either.
No.
And that leaves me with, what the heck is this?
Chocolate.
Firecracker mini chocolate bars with salt, chipotle, and popping candy.
I don't think that goes quite with duck. I have heard of recipes where you can do a Bing cherry and chocolate sauce. That's a little Bada Bing beyond where we need to go.
Well, let's see.
So when we come back, it's going to take you hours to open up this package. When we come back,
Shocker.
it'll be time to start some cooking. Stay tuned for more Dish It Out. Hello and welcome back to Dish It Out. It's about time to start with our duck.
All right, so I'm going to cut this in half. And looks like we're going to season this. What do you got here, Chef, in this in your dry rub here?
Well, in some ways, you could actually make your own mixture. You can throw juniper berries in there, sage, thyme, a little 5-spice, a little whatever you want, some bay leaf. And this is the one time when you put bay leaf in a recipe, you don't have to count the number of bay leaves go in because it doesn't matter.
Well, I guess we're going to do 2 different sauces later to show different ways to highlight this duck as well. But we'll do the rub the same way for both. Does that sound
Exactly.
good? All right, so I'm just going to score the skin. Just gently get my knife so that I don't cut the meat. Score it this way, and this will allow that fat to render out quite nicely, right? So get that fat to slowly melt out. We're going to cook it on low to medium heat. Let it render out. That way the duck breast, because a lot of people don't want that thick level of fat. Remember that duck is waterproofing itself. You know, it's sitting its derriere in the water there, which is very cold, so it has thick layer of fat. So we'll gently render that out and crisp up that skin so that we don't eat a mouthful of fat.
That sounds good. Of course, your duck is all dark meat. It's all exercise, right? It's not a flightless bird like chickens and turkeys, where you have white meat breasts. Here it's all dark meat. So
Absolutely.
a little more flavorful as well.
All right, so I'm going to be a little liberal with that. And I smell, wow, you got a lot of stuff going on. It must be that 5-spice you said.
A little bit of 5-spice,
coriander and
cumin,
cinnamon and
all of the above. But just work with what you like. You can have a little heat in this because both the sauces that we're going to prepare are going to be a little on the sweeter side, so you need to balance off that flavor.
And like you said, it's a thick piece of meat, and almost similar to red meat. So you do have to season it pretty generously if you want to get some flavor.
Exactly.
Right? How's that one look to you?
That looks pretty darn good. All right. Just a little bit of oil in the pan just to keep it from sticking, even though it's a non-stick pan. Until that fat starts to render out of there, we want to have enough oil in there to get the process going.
It smells good, but they don't have smell-o-vision still. Another season, still no smell-o-vision.
It didn't take long, did it?
All right.
So we can see if our pan is hot.
Oh, there it
A
goes.
little light sizzle in there. Again,
right.
medium heat. If we get too high a sear, it's going to burn off our skin, and our fat is not going to render out of there. So you want to keep it, as Chef Frank said, medium to low heat, and let that fat dissipate out of there. So how long do you think these are going to take to
I would say
render out?
at low to medium heat, anywhere from 7-8 minutes to 15 minutes, depending on exactly how low your heat is. And you got to be patient with it. You don't want that heat to get too high, because as some of our students have noticed before, we don't want blackened duck.
Exactly.
You have this beautiful piece of duck here, and the last thing we want to do is get that burn on the skin, because that's going to impart bitter flavors, and we just don't want that. We want nice, crispy
Right.
skin. It's going to take some time.
So we're going to let this render off, flip it over, and we're just going to finish up in the oven. So while that's happening, we'll start setting up for the next recipe, and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back. Dish it out.
I didn't know we were welcoming people.
Well, we want to welcome people.
Of course
Come
you do.
see us at Mercer County Community College. We have beautiful facilities here at the Culinary Center.
I set up a shameless plug.
How about that?
Good for me.
So now it's time to get a little saucy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we've got some competing sauces here. You went with the apples,
I did.
and I went with the cherries.
And that'll be delicious as well.
I'm sure it will.
Typically, fruits match up well with game meats like duck, because a lot of times they have those bitter notes. So something sweet, get the palate going, a little sweet, a little spice.
All right, first I need to dice up I got some garlic and shallots here,
All right.
and I'm just going to mince those up. And I got some,
Does it matter
Okay.
whether you mince it or whether you slice it, or just
well, actually it
preference?
does.
Oh, okay.
Because the finer you dice and chop up your anything in the lily family, like our garlic and onions or shallots, the finer chop it is, the more flavor we get into it. All right, so if we want less of a garlic flavor, all right, we can leave the garlic cloves whole.
Okay.
All right, but we're not going to do that.
Did you say the
I'm not gonna
Lily
do that.
family?
Lily family, correct.
Lily?
You know
Is that
Lily?
like, I know Adam's family.
Okay.
Wasn't Lily in there? Oh, no, that was the Munsters.
There you go.
That was
All right.
Lily.
We're going to add carefully measured amount of olive oil.
Yes,
just
and that's-
enough so it doesn't stick.
That's the good stuff from Sicily.
It is indeed. So this is not going to take very long to cook off. All right, we just want to get them to start to get translucent. They're going to finish cooking in our sauce.
Okay.
I'm going to do the shallots off first. I don't want to do the garlic too soon, because if that gets bitter, it gets burnt, so
Yeah, nobody likes burnt garlic.
no. So I'm going to let this start off here, and before I add my cherries. So
Well, my sauce is nice, quick, and easy. In the fall time, apples are quite abundant, right? So this is just Granny Smith. Using this for both the tartness and also the fact that it's a firmer apple.
right.
So-
Higher acid content keeps it together.
Actually, and I'm just going to slice this.
Do you have to make so much noise? Apparently you do.
I do.
Okay.
I'm always noisy.
All right. While you're playing with that, I'm going to take this brandy here. We're going to make fire.
Oh, now
right,
look
so-
at that. At home, smell-o-vision's a plus. High ceilings are a benefit too. You can add that kind of alcohol.
Okay, I added my cherries. My cherries are already cooked off here. Cooked box. So heat up the end of my pan. I could have made a sauce. Could have made a sauce with red wine and used the dry cherries for that, but I have brandy here, so we're using brandy today. Dump it in the back of our pan. We lean it forward, and
Oh, that's a fire. Where the marshmallows? I always forget the marshmallows.
I was thinking of the movie Castaway. We'll set fire.
Yeah, that's the
There
stuff.
we go.
You got yours going. I'm going to put a little hooch in mine too.
Okay.
So we're hooching it up. Not a big drinker of alcohol, but cooking with it, can be quite nice.
And we want to get the flavors from the alcohol, but we don't want the alcohol itself, because that tastes rather nasty. Because of all this sweetness that's in this sauce, all right, I'm actually going to add a little vinegar to this. All right. Again, to compensate, because I'm just so sweet over here. Okay.
Finally.
Probably about maybe like 2 tablespoons. All right. And I picked this vinegar because I thought the bottle was really cool.
I got a
Very
bad burner
selective
here.
like that. Okay.
I'm going to have to borrow your burner.
All right. That's okay, because I'm about done here. That vinegar does not smell so nice, but we want that in there because it's going to be so sweet. All right.
Well, nowadays they have those different dark balsamics, like the cherry balsamic. Would that be something good to use?
Correct. All right. Now I'm just adding some zest of an orange, and we just want the colored part of the orange that has the essential oils that give it the flavor.
None of that
Okay.
bitter pith, right?
Exactly. All right. So that vinegar is just about evaporated out. Now we're going to add some chicken stock. If you have duck stock, great. Chicken stock's going to work fine because you're going to lose the flavor of the stock really because it's such a fruity
Yeah.
application.
And how many people have duck stock hanging around, right?
I don't.
No, me neither.
Oh, okay.
So chicken
Coincidentally.
stock works just as good.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do now is this has to reduce down, all right, till it gets to what we call nappe, where it coats the back of the spoon. And that's it. It's pretty straightforward. We'll finish it with some butter. So I'll move this to the back burner,
All right.
and you can have it.
Thank you. I'll take the burner. I'm going to put a little of the essence that you made, and you want to explain. I think you have some of the fresh ingredients out there.
Yes. We have some sage, some thyme, some rosemary. All right, there's our juniper berries and our bay leaf. Again, throw them in a little mill, a little spice mill. Grind them all up, and then that adds your fresh flavor, your fresh herbs even. We'll mix nicely with that, right, into your spice mixture. And
Okay.
we can add that spice mixture not only to our duck breast, but we can add a hint of that to our sauce, so they have just a nice complementary flavors going on there.
Sounds good to me. So I'm going to actually put a little bit of that in right now. You know, got it in the duck. Might as well get a little bit in my sauce. So because my sauce is going to be sweet, I'm gonna do some of these apples, which will have a little bit of tartness to them.
That seems like a lot of butter to saute those apples. What's going on?
Put a little butter in it. You'd eat it. You know you would. No, but I do want to make similar to like when we do the bananas Foster. You know, have a little caramel type sauce with my brown sugar there.
Ooh, look at you.
Oh,
You sauteed once or twice.
yeah. Try that at home, right? All right. So I'm just going to let that melt. Let the butter come together. Let the apples. I want to keep the apples with a little bit of texture on them still. You know, we call it fork tender, similar to al dente, right? Just going to season them. Just a little fresh pepper. Fresh, we always say, is best. Just a little bit of sea salt. And again, not a lot because, you know, we got plenty in the duck there. Okay? So,
Smelling pretty good.
well, we got that essence there, right? A little bit more of that essence. Okay? And now I have that caramel type sauce I want. Now, here comes my hooch.
Okay.
So I got a little Jim Beam apple there.
Little apple brandy.
Oh! There you go. So we'll just flambe that.
Pretty impressive for a little pan.
Oh, look at it. It's still burning.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm just going to flambe that and basically get that back to that caramel-like consistency. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish mine off just like I think you're going to do with a little, did I get it there? There it is. Little Monte au beurre, right? A little whole butter in that sauce. Similar like you do to a beurre blanc. And I'm going to take that off the heat so that I don't burn away here.
Okay.
And that's basically my sauce. My sauce is done. It's got that nappe where it's, how's it
Beautiful.
smell?
You know, it smells good. You know, we use that term nappe. All right. I have my my little chef utensils over here. All right, because we use tasting spoons. And I coat the back of the spoon, and yeah, we're there.
So and it's really hot right now. So obviously when it cools down a little bit and it's not quite like napalm, it'll coat the spoon a little bit better. But I don't want to make it too much cooking because what'll happen is that'll turn to a candy.
Yes.
And it's very quick to go from a glaze to a candy to a burn.
Yeah, like a candy apple kind of coating. It's kind of firm.
Exactly. So I that's cooked enough for me, and that'll be nice when that cools down a little bit so I can use it to plate up my duck.
Very good.
Quick, easy, and hopefully you'll find it delicious.
Coming up next, we're going to do some starches. Come back. And welcome back to Dish It Out. Time for some potatoes.
I feel like we've done this before.
It's like deja vu all over again.
Oh, yeah, starch time. Potatoes. Let's make the whole meal. A little butter.
Little butter.
Oh, I'm not going to put all of it in.
Oh, well. You're thinking about it. What's in the pot?
Potatoes.
Okay. I'll
Just
take your word
potatoes.
for it. I mean, most people like just
cut it.
potatoes in here, see?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we really cook on this show. We don't
Yeah.
mess around.
I actually keep instant potatoes around the house, not to actually eat as instant potatoes. Well, unless I'm really running behind. But if, for example, if the potatoes, if you leave them on a little longer, right, you don't want to throw them out, and you don't want soupy mashed potatoes.
No.
Add a little instant mash to it and tighten it up. Instant mash is also great for tightening up like a soup.
Absolutely.
Right? You want to tighten up a sauce, a little mashed potatoes, very neutral.
That's a great idea.
You know?
So in fact,
It's not mine, but it is a good
I should
idea.
have had some here.
So-
You know, I should check.
What do we call
will you
that?
be
Is that
kind of-
mise en place? Is that the word we're looking for?
which is something that we definitely tell our students all the
That's
time.
right.
So, but that's all right. You're assisting me, and thank you very much. Just some roasted garlic.
Okay.
You know, usually we have one of these open. So I'm
Wow.
just gonna put a nice tablespoon worth of that in.
Okay.
You like that? And then we had that. What were they called? Surprise ingredients, Maddie
Yes,
called them.
yes.
So this was
Mashed
one of
truffle.
them. This was the what do they call that? Truffle.
Mushroom truffle.
Mushroom cream with truffle.
Okay.
So I'm going to be a little heavy-handed with this and put about 3 tablespoons worth in
Okay.
because I want that to be. It's not like real truffles. It's not going to break the bank.
Right.
So get a little.
We are notoriously cheap, thrifty, efficient.
Absolutely.
above.
But we buy quality.
Exactly.
We buy quality. We just make sure that we get a good price for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my mash going. And if I wanted to, I could rice these or throw them through a food mill if I want them real smooth. But today, you know, ducky, I'm thinking home style.
Okay.
You know, little texture to these potatoes, nothing wrong with that.
While you're doing that, I'm going to start to slice up my potatoes.
Absolutely.
How's that sound?
Oh, yeah. See,
Yeah,
when you
paybacks,
do it,
paybacks.
when you do it, told you it was the
Alright.
board.
Yes, it's the board. So these are just some new potatoes here. And I'm just cutting them up so I get more surface area. I'm going to roast these off, so I want them to brown up a little more. Just a tiny bit of oil.
And that's that
Alright.
beautiful. Oh, you know what? Can I have a little of that too?
Well, since you asked so nicely.
Oh, thank you. Please and thank you. Always time for that. I'm adding the olive oil, not so much for the extra fat because I put plenty of butter and that truffle cream in there and heavy cream, more for the flavor.
Okay. Now I'm going to season mine up with a little salt and pepper. I'm also going to add a little garlic, since we have garlic in my sauce here.
And you're using the powder garlic?
I'm
or-
using the powdered garlic because I use real garlic because this is going to go in a 450-degree oven, and I want to brown these off nice and quickly. If I have real garlic in here, that's just going to burn and impart a bitter flavor. So if I'm doing anything with potatoes, high temperature, I'm going to go ahead and use the garlic powder. All right, and I'm good to go.
Me too. Can I trouble you once again, please and thank you, for a spoon so I can taste and see if I need to
Spoon.
adjust my seasoning?
What am I
A
supposed to-
fork, a spoon,
Well, you know,
a spork. That will
there we
work.
go. That
Thank
will
you.
work. Keep napkins here too, but you're wearing long sleeves, so you probably won't need those. Bergson is good stuff.
I like that.
When we come back, we're going to put it all together, and we get to eat.
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 Hey,
All right.
hey, I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. Come back for more Dish It Out. And welcome back. Time to put it all together.
The best part of the show.
So we have our duck breast here.
It should be what, a
And-
perfect medium.
Ooh, we're looking good here.
And usually we'll cook it probably mid-rare, but you know, most people like it these days more medium, so this is more on the medium side. I like mid-rare to medium.
But as we get into the middle, if you have those who like the medium rare, get the end pieces, but look in the center here. We're looking beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Center cut duck.
You know, we have several classes here where we not only fabricate meats, but also prepare meats. Advanced classes, basic classes. We got it all, non-credit classes.
We also have restaurant classes that are open to the public. They
That's
can come
right.
on in and have a meal with us at a
That's
very
right.
economical price.
Go to our website and you can hook yourself up with that.
Yeah, shameless plug, but something that's worthy for anyone in the Mercer community.
Indeed.
And if you're out in South Carolina or Maine or one of the other states that this show may be broadcast or on YouTube, plan a trip to beautiful West Windsor, New Jersey. Visit Princeton while you're here. Come dine with us. We'd be glad to have you, right?
All right.
That duck's looking good now.
That looks
what are we
awesome.
doing? Half and half?
Half and half.
So I have my my potatoes there for mine. And did you take that center cut piece?
Would I do a thing like that?
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that.
All right, so I'm going to take some right here. I'm going to put it right over top my apples right there. It's looking pretty good. What do
I'll
you think?
say.
Got my sauce. I finished off with a little bit of this local apple cider.
Nice.
Okay, and I don't know. What do you think? I like a little apple garnish there that
Make it all pretty.
you were nice enough to cut for me. Just gonna lay it. Where am I gonna lay it? Right here. Underneath. Give it some extra apple, right?
Very good.
All these microgreens to finish it off. Not too much because to show off that beautiful duck.
Exactly.
There we go.
All right.
And then I left enough room on the plate. Put a little of this local sparkling apple cider.
Isn't that nice?
So there's my
I'll
dish.
put mine down because I'm gonna
You gonna have a toast with me?
send the show off with a toast.
Well, we're gonna try the food too.
You know, you have an excellent point there.
Should we try some off of this instead of the pretty plates?
You know,
We'll
that's
just
a good
make sure
point.
that duck was delicious.
I think we need to do that.
So I'll give you a cheers first, and I guess Maddie.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Dish It Out. We'll see you next time.